accessible for all students. I'm hopeful that I'll be able to use this short video to help teachers at my school understand the law and how to become more compliant with the law. While it may seem difficult at first, understanding how to make materials compliant with the federal laws is not that difficult. It's sort of like learning to ride a bike. Once you get it, you won't forget it. We all know that students do not all learn in the same way, so how can we make sure that we reach each of these different learners? Universal Design for Learning, or UDL, is best used as something that's front-loaded into our learning materials. It removes the barriers for learning. The easiest way to do this is to begin small. Start with one lesson or one unit. What barriers do you see in your materials for all learners? What tools can be used to fix the problem areas in your lesson materials? Don't believe that all students can see the materials you have for them. Color blindness is one issue. However, blind students and students with low vision also have issues seeing materials. Pay attention to the use of color in your materials. Use high contrasts and make sure your materials can be read by screen readers and by braille printers. In addition to sight issues, many students have hearing issues. The majority of students we have in high school have never had their hearing tested. Additionally, our English language learner students needs the same types of support that students with hearing issues do. Provide print transcripts for your audio-visual materials and make sure your video materials have closed captions. Remember too that our classrooms are all equipped with hearing assist microphones and speakers. Make use of those. When we assess our students, how certain are we that our assessments are accurate depictions of student learning? How does the media that we select for the assessment create barriers for some students? How can we use alternative assessments such as project-based learning, online web quests, or research writing to provide a better chance for students to show us what they've actually learned in our classrooms? Just because materials are provided by a publisher doesn't mean they comply with the law. Currently, in our school, we use one text that is 14 years old. The materials provided with it are not compliant with the current laws. This warning would also hold true for any teacher-made materials found or shared online. Many teachers do not take the time to make materials accessible for all students. If you're going to use materials, you should be the one checking them for compliance and adjusting them as needed. Like all other materials, video is not necessarily compliant with the laws. Just because it's on YouTube doesn't mean that it has captions or a transcript. Technology is great when it works the way we want it to. That doesn't generally happen. What you see on your screen may not be what shows up on other screens and projector screens. Images and colors are often distorted when they project on screens other than the one they were created on. This is particularly true of our Promethean boards. Colors and shapes, and especially maps, are often not shown correctly. If you think print materials are not problematic for some learners, think again. Provide students with a variety of instruction materials rather than solely printed reading materials. Let the students choose between several different ways to understand the material. That would help slow learners, or slow readers rather, as well. So your student is no longer in English language learner classes and has been added to your regular classes. You don't think they need any further help, right? Wrong. ELL students still have major issues with our slang terminology as well as the course-specific vocabulary. We can also assist our other students if we make ways for all students to better understand the jargon used in our particular classes. Word walls, vocabulary drills, quick vocabulary quizzes, and such will help you and the students gain a better understanding of what they know. So you'd rather just use direct instruction. You think it's easier. That way you think all your students will have the same information. This doesn't really help all your students. Many students want to learn through more creative means. Utilize collaborative learning as a way to actively involve students. Collaborative work enhances and deepens student understandings. Do you use easy to score multiple choice as your only form of assessment? That doesn't adequately measure student learning. How can you provide assessments that can better measure what students know? Do you use student self-assessments to encourage students to understand what they know before they have to tell you what they know again? Here are a few of the many resources that exist that can help you as you begin to learn more about UDL and why we all need to use it. These 4 resources should lead you to other resources as well.